This is Susan Berghoefer, and I'm doing video number 2, appendicular muscles of the cat. And these are the deltoid muscles. The clavodeltoid is here, and it originates at the clavicle. It inserts on the deltoid tuberosity of the humerus, and the action is to flex, medially rotate, abduct, extend, and laterally rotate the arm. The acromiodeltoid is here, and it originates on the scapula and inserts on the humerus. The action is to elevate and retract the scapula. It also flexes and rotates the humerus outward. The spinodeltoid is here, and the origin is at the spine of the scapula. It inserts on the deltoid tuberosity of the humerus, and the action is to flex the humerus and rotate it outward. Muscles that move the forelimb. The biceps brachii is here. It originates at the supraglenoid tubercle of the scapula and the tip of the coracoid process of the scapula. Insertion is at the radial tuberosity, and it flexes and supinates the forearm, so it will roll it over. And the brachialis is here. It originates on the humerus, inserts on the ulna, and the action is to flex the forearm. The triceps brachii, the long head is here, and the long head originates at the infraglenoid tubercle of the scapula, and the origin of the lateral head is on the posterior lateral superior half of the humerus, and they both insert at the superior posterior olecranon process of the ulna, and their action is to extend the forearm at the elbow. The flexors are here on this side of the paw, and they flex the wrist and digits, and they pronate the radius. It's like when the cat rubs the face. The extensors are here on this side. These are all the extensors, and they extend the paw, the wrist, and the digits. Superficial muscles of the hind limb. The ventral view. We have the sartorius, which is here. It's cut here. And the origin is on the anterior superior iliac spine. And it inserts on the patella and the tibia. And the action is to adduct and rotate the femur and extend the tibia. The gracilis is this one here, and it originates at the ischium and pubis, inserts on the medial surface of the tibia by aponeurosis. The action is to adduct the thigh and pull the thigh caudally down. It also medially rotates the hip. The reflected deep muscles of the hind limb. The vastus lateralis. Vastus lateralis is here. It's like a hot dog in a bun. This is the vastus lateralis here. It originates at the greater trochanter of the femur and linea aspersa. The insertion is at the patella and tibial tuberosity, and it acts in extending the lower leg. The rectus femoris is this one here, and it originates at the interior iliac spine. It inserts to the patella, or the kneecap, and the action is to extend the hind limb. The vastus medialis is this one, and it originates at the linea aspersa of the femur. It inserts to the patella, which is the kneecap, and the tibial tuberosity. Then the action is to extend the lower leg. The adductor longus is here, right here. It broke. And it originates at the inferior ramus of the pubis, inserts at the medial surface of the tibia, and the action is to adduct the thigh. The adductor femoris is here, and it's these two. They make up the adductor femoris, and the origin is at the pubis and ischium. Insertion is at the shaft of the femur, and it acts to extend the thigh. The semimembranosus is here, and I accidentally cut it, so it should be one piece. And it originates at the ischial tuberosity, inserts to the medial epicondyle of the femur. The action is thigh extension. Semitendinosus is this one here, and it originates at the ischial tuberosity, inserts to the medial surface of the proximal tibia, and its action is to extend the thigh at the hip and flex the lower leg at the knee. The postlateral thigh. Here we have the gluteus medius, which is actually larger in cats than the maximus, and it's here, this one, and it originates at the sacral and caudal vertebrae and the ilium. Insertion is at the greater trochanter of the femur, and the action is to abduct the thigh. The tensor fascia latea is here, and I accidentally cut the fascia off, so it should have white fascia going from here to here, and it originates on the ilium and the surface of the adjacent muscles. It inserts to the patella and the tibia, and its action is to extend the thigh. It also helps with abduction and rotation. The gluteus maximus is here, and it originates at the transverse process of the sacral and caudal vertebrae, inserts at the greater trochanter of the femur. Its action is to abduct the thigh. The caudofemoralis is this one here, and the origin is at the coccyx vertebrae, or the caudal vertebrae, or the coccyx. It inserts to the patella. The action is thigh abduction and leg extension. Biceps femoralis is this big one here, and it originates at the ischial tuberosity, inserts at the patella and tibia, and the action is to adduct the thigh and flex the leg. The semimembranosus again is this one here, and it's cut, but it's the same one I did earlier. It originates at the ischial tuberosity, inserts to the medial epicondyle of the femur, and it acts in thigh extension. And the semitendinosus again is here, and it originates at the ischial tuberosity, inserts to the medial surface of the proximal tibia, and its action is to extend the thigh at the hip and flex the lower leg at the knee. Posterolateral of the leg. The gastrocnemius is here. It's this calf muscle, and it originates at the femur, inserts at the calcaneus, and the action is to extend the foot and flexing the lower leg. The soleus is here, and it originates at the fibula, inserts at the metatarsals, and the action is to extend the foot. The calcaneal tendon, also known as the Achilles tendon, is this tendon here. It originates at the gastrocnemius and soleus muscles, inserts at the heel bone. Its action is plantar foot action that is basic to walking, running, and jumping. Tibialis anterior is the front one, this one here. It originates at the proximal end of the tibia and fibula. Insertion is at the first metatarsal, and it acts in flexing the foot. The extensor digitorum longus is the second one here, and it originates at the lateral epicondyle of the tibia, inserts at the middle and distal phalanges, number 2 and 5, or 2 through 5, sorry. The action is to extend the 4 toes simultaneously. The fibularis muscle is this one here, and these are the fibularis group, and they originate at the head of the proximal 2/3 of the lateral surface of the fibula, inserts at the medial cuneiform and metatarsal 1. The action is plantar flexion, which is down, and eversion of the foot, which is out. And that's it.